All right, hey Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glory go unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors on to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone that do rule exceptionally well. And I also want to say Shalom, citations, mercy, and blessings to all the sincere brothers that's out there that's pushing this word with truth and with faith. My name is Tabawa Amath of Great Millstone Northwest. I got a couple of articles that I want to go into. I got a couple of scriptures that I want to go into. Um, and basically it's going to be around as this headline reads: new mandatory coronavirus testing for staff at New York nursing homes. Cuomo announces, which Cuomo is, and I think I'm saying that name correctly. That's the governor of New York. Now, here's the deal. All right, because that's just this one headline. But if they're going to make the testing mandatory, guess what else they're going to make mandatory? The vaccination. And they've already done certain instances where they've made vaccinations mandatory. And you best believe whichever coronavirus vaccination that they come out with, they're going to basically make it mandatory. And the way they're going to do that is they're going to make it mandatory for specific work fields. All right, for you to be able to go to work, you're going to have proof of vaccination. And then also for the children to be able to return back to school, they're going to force them to have vaccinations just as much as they do already. All right, flu vaccinations and various other diseases, smallpox, and so on and so forth, man. All right, so they're going to do the exact same thing with this coronavirus, which means that there's going to come a point where you're going to have to, there's got to be a point where you put your foot down and you say, hey, enough is enough. I'm not crossing this line. Okay, let's go through this article pretty quick. Like I said, I got a couple more that I want to hit, and then I got some scriptures that I would like to hit. It says, and this is coming from Syracuse.com, and it was published on May 10th, 2020, which was 4 days ago. Today being the 14th. All right, all right. Terry Weaver. It says Governor Andrew Cuomo today issued more rules about how to handle the coronavirus in nursing homes throughout New York. Starting this week, all nursing home staff must be tested twice a week, Cuomo said during his daily brief in Albany. That is a rule, he said. Okay. Um, Kumos also said the state is also testing residents. We are mass testing as many as we can, he said. A Syracuse.com story Saturday found New York's response has been plagued by weak direction, inaccurate data, and poor communication. The investigation found the state lacked a clear and consistent policy for testing nursing home residents and staffers. Some were tested aggressively, while others did it sparingly or not at all. All right. Como today said hospitals can't release the COVID-19 patient to a nursing home unless the person tests negative for the virus. Today's nursing home policy changes come 2 months into the pandemic and has more than 5,000 people, and as more than 5,000 people have died in nursing homes. Um, in Onondaga County, the state has confirmed 19 people have died in nursing homes from coronavirus. Another 5 deaths are presumed to be from the virus, according to state data updated today. So that, hey, pretty much that's all I'm gonna read from this article. What I want to get at is the fact that they're going to be making these tests mandatory. All right, and it's, like I said, it's going to start with certain job fields. All right, so the healthcare field is going to be hit pretty quickly. But then they'll be making it more mandatory for other fields as well, especially if they have to deal with human to human contact. And you best believe if you got children, if you got small children, before they open those schools back up, they're going to be required to either have a test or to have a vaccination, depending on how quickly they can get a vaccination out, because they are definitely trying their hardest to get that out as fast as they can. Let's go to another article. Let's go to, I'm sorry, wrong one. Let's go to another article. This is from CMS.gov. All right. Um, and this says, and this was released. This article goes back to 2005, but the point's going to be there. It says CMS will require nursing homes to vaccinate residents against the flu. So here's This is where the vaccination is going to come in. See, because the flu itself, they're already forcing people to get vaccinations. So if they're going to require for you to be tested against it, they're going to require that you get vaccinated against it as well. The military is another field where they're going to force you to take those vaccinations. All right. You probably firefighters and police enforcement is law enforcement is probably other fields that's going to be forced to get these vaccinations for them to be able to come into work. Government jobs, post office jobs, so on and so forth, is probably on that list as well. All right, they're going to force you to get the vaccinations, or they're going to say you can't work there. Okay, it says, like I said, this article here is back from 2005, but the point is there that the vaccinations they forced the people to get vaccinations against the flu. All right, CMS will require nursing homes to vaccinate residents against the flu. Nursing homes serving Medicare and Medicaid patients will have to provide immunizations against influenza and man, I'm not the best at reading these crazy ass words. Pneumococcal, and Slovakia, if I know I butchered that, disease to all residents if they want to continue in the programs, according to a final rule published by CMS in today's Federal Register. All right. It says, as a condition of participation in the two programs, nursing homes will be required to ensure that residents receive the immunizations. The residents or residents' family can refuse the shots. Residents who cannot receive the vaccinations for medical reasons are exempt. All right. Under the final rule, nursing homes will also be required to educate the resident and or resident's family about the advantages and possible disadvantages of receiving the vaccinations. And they're going to amp up these disadvantages. They're going to make it seem as if you're going to drop dead, or you're going to cause someone else to drop dead if you refuse this coronavirus shot. Which, man, the coronavirus has so much misinformation swirling around it because of the fact that Esau Edom Esau Edom is up to his trickery, man. Okay, they are blowing this thing out of proportion. It is going a lot higher than what it needs to be, and at the same time, something's up, man. Something's up. Okay, it says this is from the CDC. All right, from CDC.gov, and this says menu of state long-term care facility influenza vaccination laws. So here it lists off all kinds of the laws in the places that need those type of the immunizations and so on and so forth, man. State by state, county by, or not county by county, but state by state, and it really goes through it. Okay, just again showing that there is laws for vaccinations, man. And of course, I'm using influenza because they haven't quite written them for the vaccinations for the coronavirus. But if it's already in place for the flu, they're going to place it. They're going to place it in for the coronavirus too, with it being labeled as a pandemic. Okay, one more, and then I'm gonna jump to some scriptures. This is from statnews.com. Okay, and this was published on May 12th, 2020, which was 2 days ago. All right, and it says, to put COVID-19 behind us, all Americans should be vaccinated against it. You see, so there's man, and this is just an article. This is just somebody's opinion. You know what I'm saying? Somebody putting it out there like that with they may have some medical background or so on and so forth. But just to let you to show you that type of information is out there, and those thoughts is already in the minds of some of these people, man. Some of these lawmakers saying that everybody should be vaccinated against it, which is a total, man. Let me tell you something. You don't have rights as an American citizen. You don't have rights. You believe that you have rights, and you think that you have rights, but the truth about it is you don't, man. Just as much as your rights got taken away from you with them saying that, hey, this is shut down, that's shut down, keep your ass at home, it's the same thing, man. They're going to be like, okay, if you want to leave your home, you got to take these vaccinations. When they come with the mark of the beast, it's going to be the exact same type of scenario, man. Saying, oh, you want to come and participate in this store or be able to buy this or be a part of this, you got to have this RFID microchip within your body, man. All right? So there's nothing new happening here. In fact, let's go ahead and grab some scripture. There's no new thing that's popping off right here, man. This is all the exact same thing that's been from the beginning. All right, that's Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, verse 9. All right, it says the thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So we're not seeing anything new, man. As they did it with the flu, as they did it with these other big viruses or diseases that have popped up, they're going to do the exact same thing with this coronavirus. Don't act surprised when it does come down the pike like that, man. Okay? You gotta make that decision on if you're gonna be with the program or if you're gonna be against the program. All right, because that's what in Revelation chapter 3 verse 16, Yahweh Shai said that you gotta be hot or cold, man. It says Slacky, I ordered some food. Apparently, it's on the way. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 16. It says, so then, because thou art lukewarm, I'm sorry, I'm going to start up. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. It says, I know thy works, and that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that thou wert cold or hot. But because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. You see? So it's like you either fully believe that fully believe in not taking vaccinations and not following Esau's program when it comes to some of this BS things that they want to place inside of your body, or you're with it. You can't be two-faced, man. You can't be either or. All right, you can't be either or. Now the hot and cold pertaining to the scripture is more on if you're going to be on the righteous side or on the wicked side, which that comes into play too. Because if you're trusting in that if you're trusting into what am I trying to say? If you're trusting into that vaccination, then you're trusting Esau, man. Okay? If you're believing that vaccination is what's going to save you rather than Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai saving you, then your trust is with Esau, man. And it's got to be, you got to you're either with Esau or you're with the Most High, man. You can't be with both, okay? You're either with the way of this world or you're with the spiritual way, okay? Which is against this world. All right, because this world is carnal and the spiritual way is spiritual, man. It's heavenly. Okay, let's go to let's see what it says right here in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17. Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 5 says, and thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord. Okay, hey, cursed be that man. All right, if you trusting in Esau, Edom, you trusting in what this world can give you, then hey, you're gonna be cursed, man. You're gonna receive the exact same thing that this world receives, which is gonna be destruction. All right, it's gonna be destruction and damnation. All right, you can't be trusting in Egypt because you think that they're strong, man. All right, what's that? Isaiah 31. Let's grab this real quick. All right, and I'm not gonna bring out too much. Actually, this is gonna be the last one I'm gonna bring out. This is Isaiah chapter 31, at verse 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Okay. So, hey, woe to you, man, if you believe in that this vaccination, that Esau Edom, when he comes with this vaccination, that he's coming with that out of the purity of his heart. If you don't think this guy's up to something, hey, then you're already condemned. You're already going to be condemned, man. All right. If you think that this vaccination is really going to help you, or that it's okay for them to force that vaccinate, because they will force it, man. All right. And the reason you're going to have to make that decision is because it's going to be like, man, is now my time to have to jump out of this career field, and seek something else, or for the sake of this job, because the money is so good, I'm gonna stick with it and I'm gonna take this vaccination. Because hey, when they come with that chip, it's gonna be the same thing, man. Oh, you want to keep this job, you're gonna have to take the chip. And if you gonna fail on your constitution on one end, you'll do it again. And I'm talking about your spiritual constitution, man. I'm not talking about the Constitution of the United States. I'm talking about like what you actually hold dear. If you're gonna fall at this point, then you'll fall when the times are a little tougher and more strenuous. Because with that chip, it will definitely be more strenuous. Hey, but pretty much that was the point. Lord willing, the message have been received, and Lord willing, this has been edifying, man. Until next time, shalom.